Hi, my name is Iris Bayer, and I'm currently a co-teacher in a high school setting with 10 years of experience in education. For my self-directed learning opportunity, I chose to do a Coursera lesson titled AI for Course Design. I chose this specific course because AI has already made its way into our students' hands, and I feel that I need to get ahead of that curve rather than fall behind. My hopes in starting the course were to learn more about AI in general, gain resources for classroom, and gather ideas to implement in the classroom. When I started looking for lessons, I specifically looked for education and AI to see what would come up. That is when I found this course. The description showed that it was 4 modules, beginning level, received a 4.1 star review, and took about 2 weeks to complete. The section that really stood out to me was where it said, identify strategies for employing artificial intelligence to design courses and create course content. There were 4 modules and several videos and readings per module. The first section of the course was interesting, and I learned quite a bit about the history of AI and how it came to be. There was an article about how each word is categorized in the form of numbers as part of the coding for AI. This is to help distinguish between word patterns and homophones. My issue is some of the articles and videos eventually became repetitive. This was probably intentional for people who needed extra clarification, but as the course went on, I had to skim through articles and the transcripts of the videos. The course was a beginner course, and I guess it was a more advanced than I thought, because when it moved on to some of the ethical components of AI and teachers' fears, these were all things I felt I knew. I watched and read the articles in hopes I would get something new or just a new perspective, but it was the same things repeatedly. Some of the examples provided for classroom integration were not relevant to my subject or grade level and felt a bit more for university courses. When these came up, it reminded me of why we need to make sure we make the teaching relevant to the students. I was very bored at this part. I tried to think of ways to implement it with my class, but it really didn't fit. Some of the things I really liked about the course were when they provided different resources for teachers to use. I also liked that there were various perspectives provided, such as university professors, classroom teachers, and even students. Some things I would have preferred would be a way to add more interactions, such as discussion boards where you could read and interact with the posts of others, more choices on the readings and videos to match your level, and a few more specific suggestions of how teachers have started to implement the AI and what successes they have had. This was barely touched on and was more of what I was looking for. Overall, I felt that the course could have been structured better and emphasized course design a bit more. I did get some good information out of the course. Some of my key takeaways were providing students with guidance on how much AI they can use in their lessons, understanding that if we don't teach the students, they're probably going to learn it incorrectly, ensuring relevance and higher level thinking when providing AI activities, and several AI tools that I've never heard of before. So, would I recommend this course for somebody else to take? The answer is yes, if you consider yourself a true beginner when it comes to AI. You definitely will get some new perspectives and learn how it was implemented and created, as well as some general uses for it. If you're a little bit more advanced and have been using AI for a bit, this might be a little bit too beginner for you.